Hi guys, so I'm back, and this is basically an hour later from the previous video that I just recorded or uploaded. And believe it or not, but this entire mess of pieces makes up about 3/4 of the parts trees, or the parts that come with this model kit. There's only two parts trees left, and that's the B tree and the A tree, the multicolored tree, and the white with hint of purple parts tree. That's it. That's really it. A lot of these pieces were gone. They're from like I would say a good 6, 7, or 8 parts trees consist of just pieces for this CeraV 2 pack thing. Now, before I continue, I kind of want to point out something in the manual. You guys see the color separation there? Now, I might have not noticed that because of my colorblindness, and I didn't catch a glimpse of it until I looked real hard. But it's actually good to see that the beam rifle has gray and that purple, or darker gray, I'm not sure, but it's multicolored. That's actually really interesting. I thought it was entirely gray. And also, if you look at the GN Bazooka, right here, you've got the purple, you've got the Gundam gray, and then you have this also slightly lighter gray or slightly lighter purple, whatever it is supposed to be. But that's actually really interesting. That's good color separation right there. I like how they were able to. I like how the colors are actually separated that way. So, it shows to me that Bandai's beginning to pay attention to parts color separation rather than having a huge bland piece. Unfortunately, it doesn't come that way out of the box, but I'm hoping that when they release the CeraV 2 kit, maybe the pieces will be a little more color separated like so. So this is actually cool to see. I don't know if any of you guys already noticed that or not, but that's actually real cool to see. Now, to start with the build, this huge ass piece thing here is consisted of 3 pieces. 2 of these pieces which you got sandwiched together, and then this huge block right here. So that's about it. So I'm just gonna start with that, I guess. And I obviously didn't bother to. You can still see some scars here and there. I obviously didn't bother to get rid of everything. I guess I should do that real quick. You guys can see how I do this anyway. I did that. Sure didn't do that. Now, since it's a piece that I need to paint over in the end anyway, and so that means priming and stuff. And this is a huge piece. Well, this is a huge piece, which means huge seam line down there. There you go. So this is going to be a huge piece with huge seam line running down the middle, and you can see that right there. So, when I get the right paints and stuff ready, I'm going to hopefully be able to cover that seam line. I've done that so far with the Unicorn's Bazooka, and it came out okay. I could use a little more practice and work, so it would be good to be able to work on that. Seam line removal is awesome. It's for a really cleaner effect in the end. And you see I'm doing this nail buffer thing, which this is something that I realized Crap Monkey and I do, and I'm wondering if the rest of you guys out there do the same thing. It comes in handy, doesn't it? Just all natural buffing using your own fingernails. So you see how huge this friggin' piece is. This is basically CeraV's arm folded up, flushed with his GN Bazooka, and you can see the seam line right there. It's not as apparent as if as maybe a white piece, but that's that. So you just do this. And one thing I find helpful is that when I remove this right here, the pieces just part there automatically. So that'll actually make it easier for me when I want to separate the pieces, work on them later on. So there's that. What is next on here? Oh, the head. These pieces, this little small ass piece here, if I can get it to zoom or focus. Yeah, you can barely see the eyes there, so I see no point in painting that at all in the end. Oh! Fail. Alright. Recovery. Where does this go? Yeah, after this clip, I'm gonna stop and continue my day because it is Friday and I want to enjoy it. So, what the hell am I doing wrong here? Huh. Oh. Duh. I guess it's supposed to fit in here first. Why do they do that? Okay. So, I'm just not functioning right now. Oh god. Ah. Focus? Oh, it's gonna be real close. Sorry if it was blurry earlier. Alright, so snap that in together, I guess. And yeah, you barely can see the eyes, but they are right there. I mean, if you painted them yellow or something, it'd definitely show up, but I don't see you painting it, you know, with a silver and clear green, and you'll be able to see it anyway. And plus, on top of that, you get this V fin, which most of the time I'm pretty sure the head is going to be angled down like so you won't be able to see the head. So that's the head. This is totally CeraVe's head, without the devil horns that point outward. Okay, this piece, I already clipped the pegs there, make it easier to remove later on. Put that in. Man, I put the focus in a little too close, but I guess you guys can see the parts in detail. Let's put the head on there. It just basically sits there, and like I said, you can barely see it anyway. You can barely see the eyes, so, well, sort of, but not enough to really make a big deal out of it if I did paint it. Let's just hope that the high grade comes with a sticker. I mean, regardless if it did, then you know, I'll God. There you go. This is not good. Maybe I should stop building model kits when I'm caffeinated. Okay, that's the torso. What's next? This assembly. Oops. This assembly. Well, obviously, take the red one, crotch piece, I suppose, and you kind of get the illusion that you can move these front skirts. I wonder how the CeraVe, the actual kit, will execute that. I wonder if the whole transformation thing, I wonder how that's going to work. I like this faux piston look there, the little hydraulic effect, sort of hydraulic effect, which you can't even see anyway, because it gets covered up. See? I hate that. You have like detailed pieces, well, maybe this will show up, I'm not sure, but you have detailed pieces that are molded into the plastic and they barely show. And that goes for any other company that makes model kits. They just tend to do that all the time, I guess. No? No? Yeah? No? Like this? Oh, like that. There we go. There you go, I guess. I suppose I attach this like that with CeraVe's head upside down. I can see this happening. Look at that. Switch it over, I think, and then you turn it around. And then, I don't know, whatever, we'll mess around with that later. It's not even a poly cap, it just slides in. Okay. So, I guess that's all it is to it. It just attaches in like that. All through plastic to plastic friction. I wonder if that'll pose any problems later, like, Robert 184 hasn't reported any, and neither has anyone else that I've seen reviews on, so I guess it's safe to say that it won't fall off. So that's that. It's freaking huge. Let me zoom out a little bit. Alright, so that's that, I guess, and then all these pieces, which will be the the pieces that you use to attach the GN big claws is what I'm gonna call them now. I don't know, they just sound cooler. GN big claws. GN big claw cannons or something. I don't know. Then I suppose these go here. Yep. Yes? No? Okay. You smile, the whole world stops and stares for a while. Excuse me. Excuse the singing. Alright, that is a huge piece of plastic that goes on top of a Gundam. Alright, this is articulated for I don't know what reason. And that's it. These are not articulated. And you would attach the GN big claws, of course, on the sides this way, like so. And then these will go here. Oh my god, that's freaking huge. That's what she said. Did I just really do that to myself? Oh god. I need to get out of here. Okay. Ah! Oh, that's lame. I kind of liked it when I was... You know what? No. I'm not going to do it like that. How did I have it earlier? Oh, that's so lame. Alright, I would have completely liked it if I was able to have the cannons be able to swing outward a little bit, so I can, you know, kind of like I like to say with Quanta, add a little bit more drama to oppose That would have been awesome. I tried doing that just now, tried to recreate what I just did, but the polycap just got stuck in there. So I don't know if it's even gonna be possible anymore. But I guess it's gonna be stuck like this. And this is freaking huge. Wow. Yeah, that's huge. Okay. So this kind of, not concerns me in a bad way, but what I'm about to show you guys might just get canceled out because of how big I thought this thing was. Now, over here to the side, like I said I was going to show you guys, oh come on, is the Garazo. Let me adjust that real quick. Here is the Garazo, which is, I'm assuming, about the same height as the Raphael, with the help of two Thomas E. Stage Axe, pointed as high as they can be, with the GM Big Claws in their, you know, extended, deployed forms. I put Garazo here, and you can't lie, that looks pretty awesome. That does look awesome. But I'm imagining Raphael right there, the Big Claws right there, and now add on this huge backpack, like so. And you know what? I think it all works out in the end. That yeah, I'm actually, yeah, in a sense I'm actually pretty satisfied with that. Yeah, that's not bad, really. That is not bad. So I'm excited to finish the rest of Raphael. I mean, that's not going to take long at all. Oh wait, I have to do some panel lining, I guess. But yeah, that looks awesome. Alright, I guess that works. Okay, I'll see you guys in the next video.